What's going on, YouTube? R to the double E dash the Z1 coming at you once again. It's been a little while since I made a video, man, and I just wanted to get on here and just on my way to work, since traffic is kind of slow right now and it's taking a little bit longer than I wanted to get to work. Just touch on my vibe and my thoughts on the current state of the gaming industry, what I'm into, what I've been enjoying, and just my thoughts on the overall situation, man. As always, man, I'm just having a blast being a gamer. I think you guys all know that, and people who watch this channel and are subscribed to me are all of the same mind, mostly. Basically, man, I've been enjoying my Switch, as I continue to do that since launch till now. I've been enjoying my PlayStation 4, which I've rediscovered a love for that system that I didn't have in its early years. It's a shame that it's on its last legs now, but it's still a phenomenal console, and it's really my go-to home console experience, as far as, like I said before, as far as an experience on the TV screen, like a traditional console experience. PlayStation 4 is where it's at for me. The Switch has not, how can I say, has not really filled that position for me the way I would want my Nintendo console to do. You guys know me. I'm Nintendo first. I'm a gamer overall, so whatever's popping is what I'm enjoying. But Nintendo is my company of preference. It's my manufacturer of choice. And the Switch is phenomenal. Don't get me wrong. It's just, as far as a home console experience, you guys remember, if you watch this channel and you follow me for a couple years now, or even since the beginning, you've known that when I first got the Switch, I was like maybe 75% of the time I play it docked, and like 25% of the time I play it handheld, and then it was 50-50, and it was like that for a good year or so. And now the reality of it is, I play the Switch almost exclusively handheld, and that's something that's a huge turnaround for me, because you guys know that I've never been I've never been a handheld gamer. It's just never been my thing. I can't, and the reason being is because handhelds up until the Switch, handhelds were always watered down experiences compared to what their console counterparts would be. So like, if you had a Super Mario game on the handheld, yeah, it was a fun game and it was a fun Mario game, but it was nowhere near the experience of the console Mario game. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with everything on handhelds. It wasn't until the Switch came around, and the Switch being the hybrid that it is, where you got the same exact experience handheld that you did on the big screen. That blew the fucking doors off of everything for me, because now it's like, man, I'm playing Mortal Kombat 11, or I'm playing NBA 2K, or I'm playing Legend of Zelda, or Super Mario, or Splatoon, or whatever, on my handheld on the couch, in the same exact way, getting the same exact content that I would be if I was playing it on the big screen. But being that as it may, it being the hybrid that it is, that being its selling point, and that being its value for me, has kind of taken away from the home console on the TV screen experience for me, as far as Nintendo goes. Again, I apologize for the quality of this video. Like I said, I'm driving to work, and it's very early in the morning, so it might be really dark as far as what you're seeing, but at least you can hear what I'm saying. Like I was saying, yeah, the hybrid nature of it is awesome, and it's to make no mistake about it, it's the reason the Switch is kicking ass. But for me, at least, I know not for everybody, but for me, it just kind of takes away from the home console on the TV screen experience, as it were. And I'm not really sure why that is for me. Because it's very easy to dock it, and boom, there it is on the TV. I think it just has to do with, okay, it's a hybrid. It's not the typical traditional home console. And again, as it has been for generations now, it is the least technologically advanced console as far as graphical power, graphical output. So if I'm gonna have something on my screen that I'm playing home, I want it to be the best. I hate to sound snobbish, but like, if I'm paying top dollar for something, I want it to be as good as it can be. So it's like, yeah, while Mortal Kombat 11 and while games in general on the Switch do look beautiful, they're not that far behind PlayStation or Xbox One. Let's be real. They are noticeably behind, at least. So it's like, okay, I'd rather have, if I'm gonna play NBA 2K, for example, because I have 2K19 on both the Switch and the PS4. It's just an example. I could play 2K, and I did this weekend, as a matter of fact, play 2K19 on my TV, on my big screen, and it looks beautiful on the Switch. But I could do that, or I could play the PS4 version on my screen that looks better, albeit slightly, but there are a couple of things in that game in particular. For example, this is just an example for you guys, that happen on the Switch that show you it's a more limited system. Okay, so like for example, you're playing, you'll notice there's a lot of clipping on the shorts of the players. And for those of you who don't know, clipping is an industry term for when polygons cross through each other. So I'll see, like if I'm playing as my Chicago Bulls, my favorite team, and I have their white home jerseys on, I'll see the black of their compression shorts clipping through their jersey shorts, their basketball, their uniform shorts, coming through every fucking time they take a step. And it's so noticeable, your eye can't go away from it. So as great as the game is and as great as it plays, although it doesn't completely break the immersion, it kind of takes you out of it when you see that, and you're seeing it nonstop throughout the entire game. Another example, if you're on a breakaway dunk and you go up and you dunk, on the Switch, yeah, smooth frame rate and everything, all of that's good. But on the PS4 version, when you do that, you have all the cameras flashing in the background from people in the audience taking pictures because they know it's about to be a big moment. That's missing on the Switch. Little things like that, okay? They're not game breakers. The Switch version is perfectly playable and a perfectly acceptable version. Do not get me wrong. It is amazing, and I enjoy it more on the Switch than I do on the PS4 because I'm always playing a handheld all over the place. But that's just an example. Mortal Kombat 11 is a great port on the Switch. I do not regret my purchase at all. You guys see my review on that game. But I've seen it on the PlayStation 4, and it's not, oh my god, leagues and miles better, but it is noticeably better. And when I have situations like that, it's like, okay, I'd rather play this handheld than docking it. So I guess for that, just for the lack of power, comparatively speaking to PS4, the Switch has become just really my handheld. I play it more than my PS4 because I play it everywhere. That's the thing where Nintendo was smart there. But as far as I said, like my home console experience on the TV, it's the PlayStation 4, man, because there I'm enjoying games like still constantly going back to Dead by Daylight and all the updates and content they add to that game. What was the Jurassic World Evolution has to be my most played game probably this year on any console. That and probably Mortal Kombat 11 on the Switch. And then constantly going back to classics like Grand Theft Auto 5, The Last of Us Remastered. I love Abzu. Also, and I have so many, Batman Arkham Knight, so many classics on there that I keep going back to. And there's also games that I still am missing that I want that are lower in price now, like Horizon Zero Dawn. I still got to get into that beast. It's been 3 years and I still haven't touched that game, so I got to get into that. There's a lot on the PS4 I'm enjoying, and there's games that I still need to get, like Spider-Man, like I said, Horizon Zero Dawn, God of War. I'm still enjoying Uncharted 4 because Uncharted 4 is so great, but it's a game that I play like once every couple of months. So I'm at the very end, but I still haven't beat it. And like I said, a lot, but on the Switch as well, man. And that's why I'm having fun gaming, man. On the Switch, I don't have Link's Awakening, I don't have Astral Chain. It's not that I don't have the resources or the funds to buy these games. I do, but I'm trying to be a little bit more responsible because we're trying to save for a house in the next year or two, and not just save for a house, but just I like to have money in my account at the end of the month, man, and be able to put stuff away and just have it for a rainy day. Eventually, I'll get Astral Chain. I've heard so many great things about that game. Link's Awakening 2 looks phenomenal. And there's a lot, man, on the Switch, man. Every time I turn around, there's something new announced for the Switch. My thing is, like I've said before, and you guys have heard me say, and I'm kind of torn because I can't stand the fact that we're getting so many old fucking games, okay? But at the same time, I understand that this is not a bad thing because, I mean, let's be real. The Switch, I'm not gonna say it's getting even decent third-party support. It's getting good third-party support. Let's not fucking lie. I mean, this is the first Nintendo console we can say is getting good third-party support. Is everything on there? No, and that's never going to be the case. Because as long as you have stupid motherfuckers like EA that just for some reason do not want to give the Switch, their prime content, or all they do is give us watered-down, neutered versions of shit like FIFA. What the fuck is that? That's going to happen. But a lot of stuff is on the Switch. We're getting Doom Eternal. We got the original Doom. We got Mortal Kombat 11. We're getting, we got both Wolfensteins. We got The Witcher 3, even though it's an old game. We got Friday the 13th. We got Dead by Daylight. I mean, the Switch is getting stuff. In most cases, if not all, they're going to be the inferior versions across all three platforms. But as long as it is a playable, fun version, being the graphically worse version is not the end of the world. Granted, sometimes, most of the time, I can't stand it, when I see such a difference. Like Dead by Daylight looks horrible on the Switch compared to how it does on the PS4. But on the PS4, it doesn't even look that great either. The graphics on Dead by Daylight have never been the best. But so long as it plays and is fun, that's all you need. So, I mean, the thing is, it's getting so many old games, but the reason that's not the worst thing is because, I mean, and I've said it before, this argument's been made, Nintendo fans, there's a big chunk of them, I wouldn't say half or over half, but there's a good chunk, maybe 25 to 30% of them that are strictly Nintendo owners, Nintendo consoles, Nintendo users, okay? So these games to them are new. They've never played them because they've never been on Nintendo consoles. I get that. But the bigger, the majority, I dare say, of Nintendo users are multi-platform users, and we have played these games 3 or 4 years ago when they originally came out. So it gets frustrating at that point. But the overall positive of the whole situation is, man, when you look at it, the Switch has basically, it's the first time since the Super Nintendo, let's put it that way, that the Nintendo console, when you look at the Nintendo console, pick any year or any time frame within the N64's life cycle, or the GameCube's life cycle, or the Wii even life cycle, and say, okay, during this time on that console, what were the gamers on that console enjoying? And if you're talking about the Nintendo console, you could pretty much sum it up to one game. You know, like if you go to in 1998 on the N64, what were people enjoying? Psst, Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. I mean, there was other games, but it was like, boom, that was it. You know, if you go through on the Wii U and say, in 20, I think it was 2013 or whatever, what were gamers enjoying in the fall or summer or whatever it was of 2013 on the Wii U? Pikmin 3. You know, it's always only one or two options. Whereas the Switch is the first time since the Super Nintendo where you can say on the Nintendo console, what were the in 2018. What were gamers enjoying on the Nintendo Switch? And bro, there's like the install base is so huge, and the variety on the console is so huge, is that you have different communities and different pockets of people playing different things simultaneously. So they're enjoying, you know, Smash Brothers at the same time that they're enjoying fucking Kirby Star Allies, at the same time that they're enjoying NBA 2K, or at the same time they're enjoying Wolfenstein or Doom, Splatoon. You know what I'm saying? Like the Switch, it has opened the floodgates that way. And big part of that is also the third-party support, and including the older games that I do complain about. But it's like people are like, man, right now people are going to be enjoying The Witcher 3. A lot of people that never played it because they only had Nintendo consoles are going to be all over that shit. People are all over Fortnite on the Switch, Warframe, Paladins. I mean, there's such a huge variety on the Switch. It is the first time since the Super Nintendo that people can literally say, you can literally look at different points in time in the console's life cycle, and people were enjoying multiple games simultaneously. So that's a great thing, man. So, you know, in short, I'm wrapping up this video, man. I'm trying to get to work, but I just want to spill my thoughts on that, man. And I'm enjoying gaming right now, man. Mortal Kombat 11, I'm stuck on that. I'm getting all the severed heads, you know, collecting them for the crypt and all that. And then Jurassic World Evolution and Dead by Daylight on the PS4. Loving it, man. God bless y'all. Stay gaming. Peace.